Hi guys, in this video I will be showing you the entire modeling phase of Gramophone in Blender. You can download the required files for this video from the link in the description. So if you like it, please consider subscribing. Let's just start now. I will press A to select everything and then just press delete to delete all of these default objects, and we can just start by adding in our reference images that we will be using to create our asset. Just press 1 for the front side view so that now you are in the front side orthographic view. You need to press 1 on your number pad, then press Shift plus A, images, reference, and you can just quickly head over to your directory where you have saved all the resource files. Open up this folder and add in the front side reference image like this. And you can see now it is added perfectly. Just select it, press G, then Y, and move it backwards. Now you can press 3 for the right side view. Press Shift plus A. Again, add another reference image and add the side view. Let's press G the next and move it over here. I've also turned on the screencast keys add-on so that you can see all of the shortcuts that I'm performing over here. This will just help you to follow me easily. Alright guys, so now we have set up our reference images. Also, if you just select them, you can go over here in the settings, and there are a couple of settings that you can change if you want to increasing or decreasing the size, or even changing the opacity as well if you want them a little bit transparent like this. Another thing that you can also do is you can disable perspective from over here. So what this will basically do is, right now you cannot really see the reference images, but as soon as you press 1 to go into this view of the front side, you will see they are now visible. And if you press 3, you can see they are visible in the front and the side views, but as soon as you come in the perspective view, they would be invisible. So yeah, we can just keep this one enabled, as this will help us to keep everything a little bit cleaner. So let's press Shift plus A and let's just start by adding a cube. You can press 1 now to go into the front view, and as you can see, we can see the reference image now. Let's enable X-ray from over here so that we can see through our object like this. Select it and move it down over here and try to just make it the size of the reference image. We are doing nothing but just trying to match the reference image over here. So I'm pressing S to scale it down, and you can press S then Y to lock it on the y-axis like this, or locking it on the z-axis. Press 1 once again, press S then Z, and try to scale it according to the reference image like this. Press S then X and scale it somewhere around till here, I think. Now you can press 3 to go into the right side view, and also make sure to align it properly over there. So instead of selecting this now, like the object, and moving it upwards, you can see now it fits perfectly over here. But now if I press 1 for the front side view, it has kind of skewed off the reference image. So the better way to do this is just undo it. And right now, as you can see, it is placed perfectly in the front view. Press 3 now, go to the side view, select it, select the image this time instead of selecting the object, and just move the image downwards like this. And now you can just select it, press S then Y, I think, and scale it up on the y-axis. I think we need to scale it till here. And now if you will press 1 for the front view, just a second. Yeah, now if you press 1 for the front view, you will see it is fitting perfectly in the front view as well as in the side view. So that is what we want. You can just disable X-ray now, and we have something like this. I will just quickly select all 3 of these. Just hold Shift and select them from over here in the outliner, and just move them up a little bit like this. Press 3, press 1, press 1, and yeah, everything is fitting perfectly. Let's enable X-ray and continue working on this. Okay, now just select your cube and press Ctrl A and make sure to apply the scale. So if you don't really know what this means, basically whenever you change the scale of your object, you always need to press Ctrl A and then apply the scale. And the reason for that is because a lot of Blender operations depend on the scale, and if you don't apply the scale, those operations it might happen that they don't work properly. Let me just show you by an example. I will press Shift A and add a cube. Let's just press Shift D and duplicate this cube. And now what I will do is I will just press S to scale it up, then press X to scale on the X axis like this. And you can type in 3 in your number pad to scale it by 3 times on the X axis. Select this one as well, press S then X, scale it 3 times. You don't need to follow me for this one. I'm just showing you to demonstrate the use of applying scale. Now, as you can see, we have changed the scale of both of these objects. So I will select this first one and press Ctrl A and apply the scale for this. And for this one, we will not apply the scale. Let's just press tab to go into the edit mode now. Press 2 for edge select. And if you just press A to select all of the edges, then press Ctrl B to bevel them out. And let's say I bevel it like this. You will notice that the bevel is really stretched over here and it is not looking really uniform. The bevel is looking very weird. But if I select this one, press tab, and again I press Ctrl B and bevel this one out like this, you will see the bevel over here is completely uniform and perfect because we applied the scale for this one. And because we did not apply the scale for this one, the bevel looks really stretched, as you can see. So that is the reason that you always apply your scale every time you change it. Select them both. Let's just delete it. And just make sure to select your cube, press Ctrl A and apply the scale. Let's press 1 for the front view and we can start to create these details in our cube. Enable X-ray, press 1 for vertice select and let's select this vertice or all of these at the bottom. Make sure to enable X-ray while you are selecting them so that you also select the ones at the back side as well. Now just press E and extrude it till here like this. Then we can just start by adding different edge loops. So you can press Ctrl R and add an edge loop right over here and just scale it up like this by pressing S to scale it up like this. Select this one over here at the bottom as well, press S, then scale it up till here. Press 3 for the right side view. And just select them now, press S, then Y. Scale it down on the Y axis like this. Just press 1 once again. Select it from over here. And just try to fit in with the reference image properly. Make sure to also press 3 to check the side view as well. And yeah, I think everything is fitting properly right now. Let's press Ctrl R and add edge loop over here as well. Once again, press S to scale it up like this and try to match it with the reference image. Press 1 for the front view and I think it is fitting properly over here as well. I will press Ctrl R and add one over here. Again, press S to scale it up. Press G then Z and move it upwards. You can press Ctrl R and add another one close to this edge loop like this and just scale it inwards so that we get something like this. You can fix up these corners over here. And yeah, I think it is fitting properly on the right side as well. Let's just press tab and see how everything looks. Yeah, I think it is looking pretty good. You can right click and just shade auto smooth now. What I will also do is I will also go into the modifier section and add a bevel modifier to it, smoothen out the edges, reduce the bevel amount. Now you can also go into the shading and enable harden normals, fix up these edges. As you can see, earlier they were looking kind of smooth. With that enabled, everything looks pretty good. If when you enable harden normals, it shows you an error of enabling auto smooth, you can go over here in data normals and enable auto smooth from over here. All right. With this, let's just check our reference images. I think everything is looking all right now. Press tab now, press 1 and select the stock part. And again, let's just extrude it till here. Let's extrude it till here, I think. Okay, no. Let's just go till here. And let's create all these ridges. So let's add edge loop right over here, scale it up like this. Select this one as well and scale it up. Press 1 for the front view. Let's add one edge loop over here. Again, scale it up like this. And now I'm just doing the same steps again and again. It's adding different edge loops by pressing Ctrl plus R and then just scaling them inwards or outwards depending upon the reference image. Press 1, sorry, the 3 for the right side view. I think just have to move it a little bit like this, and rest everything is pretty good. Let's just press tab to come out of the edit mode, and I think it is looking really nice right now. What we can also do is we can select this loop by holding Alt and just select this loop like this. Press Ctrl plus B to bevel it out like this so that we get this smooth edge over here, like we kind of have in the reference image as well. It does not fit like perfectly with the reference image, but that does not matter that much because we don't have to like exactly match the reference image as well. Alright guys, next what I will do is I will just symmetrize this object because we have like made adjustments uniquely on the right and the left side. I just want to make sure that it is like equal from both the sides. So you can just press A to select it all, go into mesh and select symmetrize from over here. And as you can see, it will automatically fix up both the sides of the object. You can see now it is right now symmetrizing from the minus Y to the plus Y. So you can once again press A to select it all, go to mesh, symmetrize and select the x-axis as well so that it gets equal on all four sides. Now you can press 1 and it might like skew off a little bit of the reference image. Right here, I think it is perfect. So you can just select the reference image now, not just select the object, select the reference image and move it a little bit to the right like this. You can scale it up a little bit as well if you want to. And yeah, now as you can see, the reference image fits the object perfectly. And we also have it equal from all four sides. Next, I will just press tab and press 2 for edge select, hold Alt, select this loop, press X and just remove the edge loop for now. Press X and again remove the edge loop. Alright, so now our main base of the object is perfect. It is fitting the reference image and it is also equal from all four sides. Alright, so let's just move further. Press 1 for the front view, press tab, enable X-ray and let's create this now. Press 3 for face select, select this face and hold Alt, just select this complete face loop. Make sure to press Ctrl A, apply the scale and now select this entire face loop by holding Alt like this. Press 1 and now press I to insert the face. You can press I once again to insert them individually like this and insert it just about till here, I think, like this. Then you can just press Alt plus E and extrude faces along normal and extrude it inwards like this. Once again, I will press I to insert them and insert it a little bit. Press Alt plus E, extrude faces along normal and extrude it outwards. And we have some sort of this shape. Perfect. Let's just hit save and I will quickly just save it in the Blender files folder that I've created. You can rename it to Gramophone. Let's just hit save. Once again, I'll just press 1 and let's create these pillars over here in the corner. Press Shift A and let's add a cylinder. Scale the cylinder down by pressing S and let's place it right about here. Press 3 and also align it with the side reference view as well. Now we can just press tab, press 1 for vertice select and enable X-ray. Select all of these top vertices, move them over here. Let's move these over here. Then you can just select them all, press E and just extrude it and then press S to scale it outwards. So again and again, just press E to extrude it, then just scale it like this. Pretty basic stuff. Again, press E and then extrude it inwards now, like this. Around here, I think the scale is a little less, so just select it all and press S to scale it up. And I will once again just extrude and then scale it outwards like this. Don't worry, you don't have to like exactly match the reference image, obviously. You can just roughly create some sort of like shape that is similar to the reference image. All right, let's see once. And yeah, I think this looks pretty good. Right click and shade auto smooth this. Let's select this top part, select this face, press E and extrude it upwards like this. Hold Alt, select the entire loop, and I'll just extrude faces along normal to create something like this. I will also select this loop and let's select this as well. Press Alt D and extrude faces along normal. To add a little bit of more detail. And now what we need to do is we basically need to copy it up. I will just press S and scale it up a little bit. Just like that. Move it right about here. Yeah, now we need to like duplicate it onto all four sides of our cube. We don't really have to like select it and press Shift plus D and then place it around. Better way to do it would be to just select it and add a mirror modifier. And you will see the mirror modifier is not really working properly because it is using this origin point as the mirror point. But instead we want to use this object's origin point as the mirror point for this object. So just select it, go to mirror object, click on this dropper and just select this object over here. And you can see now it is duplicating perfectly over the x-axis. I will select this object and go over to object, set origin and origin to geometry, just so the origin is at the right place. And then you can just select it and select the y-axis as well to copy it on all four sides. And yeah, I think now it looks pretty good. Let's just hit save and let's press 1 for the front view. Another thing that I will do is I will press tab and select all four of these faces. And let's just press Ctrl plus B to bevel them out like this. You can also adjust the number of like segments to make them smoother, but I will just keep it at 2 only and just bevel it out till here. Also, I didn't mention, but to increase or decrease the segments in between bevels, you can just press Ctrl B and like you can use your scroll wheel like increase or decrease the segments like this. So yeah, now let's just move further. Let's press 1 and let's see what we can create next. Let's just add these pieces over here as well. So let's just press Shift A and add a cube. Scale this cube down. Place it right over here. Press S then X. Scale it up on the X axis. Let's press 3 and bring it out over here. Scale up on the Y axis as well. Then we can press Ctrl A, apply the scale, press Tab, and just select this bottom face And we can now bevel it out once again. To enable X-ray, press Ctrl plus B, bevel it out just like this. I think this is pretty good. Yeah. Right click and shade auto smooth. And let's add a bevel modifier to this. Adjust the bevel amount. We have like a little bit of shading issues over here. So let's see, I will first enable harden normals, and we can also add like a weighted normal modifier to this, which will fix most of these issues, as you can see. Now we can select it and add another modifier. So just add a mirror modifier and select the mirror object as this thing. And now we can just enable it on the y-axis as well to duplicate it perfectly. All right. Press 3, let's enable X-ray and select this cube, press tab. And once again, let's select all 4 of these faces. Just disable X-ray, select all 4 of these faces, and we need to insert this as well. So let's press I and press I once again to insert them individually. Let's just insert this till here and make sure to set individual origins from over here. What this will do is, let's say if we are currently at bounding box center, if you try to scale them down, you will see they are all scaling together as a single object only, all 4 of these faces. But if you select it on the individual origins, you will see they are only scaling on their like respective individual origins. So you can adjust them a little more easily. So now you can press S, then Y, and scale it inwards like this. Press S, then Z, and try to fit it with the reference image. Make sure if you press 1, it is fitting in the front view as well. So yeah, I will now just select the front and the back side, I think. And match it with the reference image like this. Alright, that's perfect. Let's just select all 4 of these faces now. Enable X-ray. And what we can do is we can just press Alt plus E and extrude them inwards like this. Select extrude faces along normal and just extrude it like this. While all 4 of these faces are selected, press Ctrl B and again just bevel it out like this. I think what I will do is just undo it and again extrude it once again. And I'm not going to extrude it that much. I think just this much is fine. Then press Ctrl B and bevel it out like this. Alright guys, so next what I will do is I also want to add like a little bit of rounded edges over here. So you can hold Alt and select this edge. Now hold Shift and Alt and just quickly select all 4 of these edges that are present all around these faces like this. And now to remove this edge from selection, what you can do is let's just enable X-ray and hold Control and just deselect it like this. You can hold Control and make a selection. Basically, it will deselect very easily like this. Just carefully deselect them all. Now we can just press Ctrl plus B to give it this smoothened look like this. Let's enable X-ray, press 1. Press Ctrl B. Let's bevel it out till here, I think. Yeah, I think this is pretty good. Now I will just quickly add a weighted normal modifier to this as well, just to fix all of these shading issues. And yeah, I think it is looking pretty good now. Let's just hit save. And we can also create this small little like a label plate over here at the front. So this one is fairly simple. I will first press Shift A, add a plane. rotate this by 90 degrees like this, and just try to place it like this over here. Now basically what I will do is I will press tab, press Ctrl R, and add the edge loop right down the middle, and just make sure to select both of these vertices at the right side. Select them both, press X and delete them like this. And the reason we are doing this is we are just going to add like a mirror modifier now. You will see as soon as we add a mirror modifier, it has automatically like copied itself to the x-axis as well. What this will do is basically whenever we make changes to the left side, it will automatically copy over here to the right side. So we only have to like work once. And now we can just select the vertices and place them down over here. I will just press X and delete them, and we can delete this vertex as well. Just select this one, press E to extrude it, and you can see the extrusion is appearing over here at the right side as well. Make sure to enable clipping. I will show you what clipping does later on. Let me just quickly trace this entire like shape out. Basically, guys, what clipping will do is if you had it disabled and if you press G now to move it around and you move this past the center, you can see they're kind of like overlapping and going past each other. Let's just hit right click to bring them back over there only. And now if we enable clipping, you will see they kind of join at the center like this and don't go past each other. So that is what we want. So that's why I'll just enable clipping and keep it like this. Now you can select like singular vertices and press Control Shift and B. To bevel vertices, it is Control Shift and B, and you can just bevel them out like this to kind of smoothen out the like curvature like this. Alright guys, so I think this is pretty good now. Press tab, press A to select everything, press F to fill out this face. And now basically what we can do is just press tab, press A to select everything, and just press E to extrude it out like this. And right click and shade auto smooth and move this backwards over here. Let's just add a bevel modifier as well. Smoothen out the edges like this. And enable harden normals. Let's decrease the amount of bevel. If you increase it too much, you will see like over here it is causing issues because like it sometimes happens when like vertices are too close to each other. So you can just remove some of them if you want. But yeah, I think this is pretty good. We can add like a weighted normal modifier. And yeah, that's pretty good in my opinion now. Alright, let's select it and move it till here. Let's press 3 and now we can start working on this on like thing. So let's just press Shift plus A and add a cylinder. Scale the cylinder down. Maybe we can start from over here, I think, and we can work our way up. What I will do is instead of using the cylinder, let's select this top set of vertices. Make sure to enable X-ray and select them all, press X and delete all these vertices. Then we can just scale this up and place it right over here at the starting point like this. Now basically again it is very simple. You just select it all and press E to extrude it out, and now you just rotate it like this. Just press E and then rotation and then scaling it like this to fit the like reference image properly. So basically press E, then rotate it a little bit like this and scale it up according to the reference image. Let's bring this out over here. Place it right about here, scale it up, and just rotate it to match with the alignment of the reference image. And yeah, I think it's pretty good. If you want, you can like add edge loops around here and then scale them according to the reference image as well. If you want to like fit it more properly. Or you can just hold Alt and select these loops and then press Ctrl plus B to like smoothen them out a little bit. If you feel like the edges are looking like too sharp. Select this one and let's just place it right around here. All right, so I think this is pretty good. Let's just hit right click and shade auto smooth. And I will press 3 for face select. Select both of these faces, press X and delete them just to have this hollow shape. Let's press 3, press tab, select it all once again, and let's just continue working. Press E and bring this out over here. Again, scale it up and just rotate it to match it with the alignment, and keep doing the same steps until you get the final shape. Don't worry, we'll also add like a subdivision surface modifier. Just smoothen out the overall edges a little bit more if it looks like a little bit too blockish. Let's extrude it one more time till here and then just scale it up like this. Alright guys, so I think this is pretty good. Just hit right click and shade auto smooth. And we can see like a couple of these lines, as you can see, that is being caused because of the amount of like low geometry. Yeah, now it is fixed. Over here we still have some. Then we can just select it all and add a subdivision surface modifier. And you can see instantly, turn it on and off. It makes it look a lot better as it will smoothen out all of these edges. Yeah, much better. Press 3 and let's select this bottom loop, hold Alt and select it and just extrude it downwards like this. Just extrude it till here and scale it down. All right, let's place it just about till here and then we will work on this part later on. One thing that I'm noticing is over here, it does not appear like as smooth. Let's see if we can fix that. I will press X and remove this edge loop and just try to space them out a little bit better. I'm just pressing G two times to slide the loop across the geometry only. If you press G, it moves freely, but if you press G two times, it will slide across the edge like this, which is quite helpful. Yeah, now I think it is pretty good. Alright guys, so also press 1 for the front view. And I think from the front view it is fine, it does not matter that much. I think this shape is fine. Now what we can do is we can create partitions on this. So just enable X-ray and select all of this. Hold Alt now and just select all of these remaining loops. And select this one as well. Then press P and you can separate the selection like this. And you can see now both of them are separate parts. Let's do the same thing over here as well. Maybe I'll create like a separation over here. Just select it all, hold shift and select all of these vertices. And again press P and separate the selection like this. And then similarly, I will just add a cylinder and place it right over here to cover up that. Let's try to fit the cylinder right in the center of this like this. Then we can right click shade auto smooth and also add a bevel modifier to this. Apply the scale and just adjust the bevel now. Enable harden normals. And yeah, we are good to go. Next thing what I will do is I will select this and I will also add a solidify modifier to this because right now it does not have any kind of thickness, but now we can give it thickness. Instead of increasing the thickness on the positive side, increase it on the negative side so that it appears inwards with what is happening over here. Okay, so I think what happened is when we were selecting all of the vertices, we forgot to select a little part over here. So I think there is no solution. We have to just undo all of this. Most probably you won't make this rookie error that I made. Yeah, I just forgot to select this part over here. And now I think it should be fine. I'll just quickly repeat the process. P and separate selection and then do the same thing over here as well. P and separate the selection. I will select this part, press Shift plus S and then cursor to select it to add the cursor right over here in the center so that when I add a cylinder, it gets added exactly in the center like this. And now I can just scale this down and place it over here. Scale it up. And yeah, now it is perfectly in the center. We can just right click shade auto smooth and add a bevel modifier to this. Make sure to apply the scale. Adjust the bevel once again and hit harden normals. Alright guys, so now as I was saying, I will add a solidify modifier to all of them just to give them thickness. So let's give them thickness inwards like this. Let's see how much do we want to go for. Make sure to apply the scale, yeah, for all of them. Now we can adjust the thickness. Enable X-ray and you will notice that when like geometry is like too close to each other, it is like collapsing together. So make sure that does not happen. So we can maybe, I think even this much thickness is a lot. Let's try 0.04. Let's try a negative of 0.025. Even this much is like a lot. I think negative 0.15, 0.015, sorry, is pretty good. Yeah, you can always like change these things later on as well. But yeah, for now, I think that's pretty good. I will select this one as well now and add another solidify modifier and type in minus 0.015. Now, as you can see, the edges don't look like that impressive. So what you can do is you can select it and add a bevel modifier as well to them. And you can see instantly they will have like a partition over here so that they look a little bit better. Just adjust the bevel. And over here as well, let's add a bevel modifier. Now, as you can see, they look much better as the partition is created over here properly. I will maybe just select this edge and move it downwards so that we don't see like a space over here. All right, guys, I think this is looking pretty good now. All right, guys, so let's continue working further. For this part over here, I will again add a solidify modifier to it as well and set the thickness to minus 0.015. For this one, I will just decrease it to minus 0.05. Yeah, something like this. Then we can select it and enable X-ray. And what I will do is basically, you see over here, we have this type of shape created. So what we need to do is we need to select it. Let's press slash to go into the local mode. Basically, what pressing slash on your number pad will do is whatever you have selected, it will be taken to like a different local mode where you can easily work on it without any obstruction. So I will do the same thing. I will select this piece, press slash, press 7 for top view, press tab, and just select all of these vertices, press E, and just rotate it like this, and press E once again, and just create something like this. Yeah, pretty simple. Select this and add a bevel. Yeah, that's pretty good. And later on, we can connect that part like this one over here. Let's see what we need to do next. If you look over here, we also have this type of like shape created. We can create this as well, but for that, we I think need to apply the solidify modifier first and the subdivision as well. Because right now, if we try to like add a edge over here and extrude it, it will be like a little bit weird. So let's just apply these modifiers and then we can work on them freely. So just select the object, go over here and hit apply on both of these. And then you can easily just add an edge loop like this. Just select it first. Just rotate it, place it right over here. And add one over here as well. Press 3 and hold Alt and select this entire face loop. Press Alt plus E and then extrude faces along normal. Create something like this. And yeah, I think our horn is coming along pretty well. Let's just hit save. I will press 3 and let's create this piece right over here. Again, this is like really easy to do. Let's just press Shift A, and this time I will be just adding a single word. And the way you add this is, if you don't see this option right over here, you can go to Edit, Preferences, and now in the add-on section, you can search for extra objects, and you can enable both of these, the curve and the mesh. This will add extra objects in your, like this add menu. So now when you enable that, you can just select this and add single word. Press 1 for vertice select, and then you can move it around and then just place it, let's just say right over here, like this. And then once again, we just need to press E to extrude it out and try to match with the reference image. All right, now that you have extruded the entire reference image completely like this, let's just press slash to go into the isolation mode. And what I will do is I will select this piece over here, or this vertex, press E, and just try to match it with this. So you can enable vertex snapping from over here, then just press G, then Y. And now when you hold control and hover over here, you can see they will snap exactly together like this. And now you can just select them both and press F to join them together. Let's press slash to come out of the local mode. And now we can press tab, press A to select everything, and then just press F to fill out this face like this. I will press tab, and what I will do is now I will just move it right over here. And then we can just go over here and add a mirror modifier to this, so that we have something like this. Press tab, press A to select everything, enable clipping, and now just extrude it like this to join them together at the center like this. Right click and shade auto smooth. And now we have created our shape successfully. Let's check if the thickness is all right. Yeah, I think it is fine. So the next thing that I will do is we need to also like connect it right over here properly. So the way that we can do this is, let's just select this face, press E and extrude it like this. Press Ctrl R and add edge loop right over here. And now you can just select the face right over here, or maybe not here, just add another edge loop like this. And then select this face, press E and extrude it outwards like this to create like something of this sort, so that we can see like where it is connecting with the like our main object. And now to make it look a little bit better, let's add a bevel modifier as well. Make sure to apply the scale, and let's reduce the bevel amount. Right click, shade auto smooth, and enable harden normals from over here. Now we can also press tab, select this face and let's select this face as well. Just insert this till here, just like this. Make sure none of the edges are or the vertices are too close to each other. Then press Alt plus E, extrude faces along normal, and just extrude it a little bit inwards like this. Have like a little bit of shading issue. Let's see, if you press G, then X, move it a little bit behind. I think it will fix itself. Yeah. You can see it is working both ways because we added the mirror modifier as well. Alright, I think this is looking pretty good. Let's just hit save and continue. Press 3 and we can create this shape as well. Let's press Shift A and add a cylinder. Let's scale this cylinder down and press R then Y and rotate it on the Y axis. Place it right over here. Press S then Y, or sorry, S then X and scale it down like this. Hit auto smooth this. And now you can just select this, press tab, and let's select this front face and extrude it till here, let's say, and then scale it down like this. Then you can press Ctrl B to bevel it out, create like this sort of shape. Next, let's see, we can select these 4 faces. Not this one, just select these 6, I think, and then just extrude them downwards like this. Press S then Z and type in 0 to flatten them out like this. Yeah, that's fine. Just make sure to let's add a bevel modifier as well. We can set the amount to 0.001 and enable harder normals as well. I think that's pretty good. Let's just add a couple more cylinders and we can scale them down and place them right over here. Create another one and place it over here. And one more. Scale it down. Select all 3 of them and bring them right over here. Just deselect this and place them like this. Alright. Select all 3 of them, shade auto smooth. And I think if you want, we can just select it over here and make it a little bit pointy towards the end. Yeah, just like that. And then extrude it a little bit. Select this edge as well. And I will just bevel it out as well, just to make the overall look a little bit smoother. Alright, that's pretty good, I think. Let's move further. I will hit save right now. And yeah, we also need to do something over here as well. So let's just select this face, press I to insert this out. You can press Ctrl plus 3 to view it from the back side. Maybe we can Just enable X-ray and see if that works. We can maybe just select the photo and hide it for now. And yeah, then we can select this, press tab, just disable X-ray and scale it down and just try to fit it with the shape over here. Then I'll just extrude it inwards, press I, and then again extrude it outwards like this. Or no, let's just undo it, just a second. Now I will extrude this part inwards and select this right over here and press Alt T and extrude faces along normal to bring it out. Yeah, I think this looks really good. Let's just hit save now. And let's see what all things do we have to create now. Enable back the reference image as well. We have to create like some parts over here for the vinyl CD, and we will also be creating like a CD model as well. And then we also have to add like this portion right over here. All right, so let's see. We can just add a cylinder and place it. Okay, let's just delete this and select this piece. Press Shift press S cursor to select it, and then add a cylinder so that at least it gets added at the center like this. And now press S then Z, scale it down. I will decrease the scale of this a little bit. And then let's just try to give it the proper thickness. Yeah, just decrease the scale of it and place it right about here, I think. And then we need to just apply the scale first, shade auto smooth this, and just press 2, hold Alt and select this loop, hold Alt and Shift and select this bottom loop. Then press Ctrl V and bevel it out entirely. Or let's just undo it once and let's try adding a bevel modifier and see if that works. I think this will also give us similar results as well. I will increase the bevel segments for this. Yeah, I think this is also pretty good. Let's just hit save now. And now let's start working on the handle on the right side. So press 3, enable X-ray, and you can see right over here. So let's just start by adding a, let's say we can add a plane, I think, and rotate it on the y-axis by 90 degrees. Scale it down. And place it right over here. We can press Ctrl A, apply the scale, press Tab, press Ctrl R, and add a edge loop in the middle. Hit right click to add it in the middle like this. Press 1 for vertices select and just delete both of these vertices. And then we can add a mirror modifier on the y-axis. So disable it on the x. And now we can just bring this down over here. Now press Ctrl R and add a couple edge loops in the middle. You can use your scroll wheel. Let's just add 3. And now we can just select them and scale them up to better match the reference image. Just like this. Press G then Y and X, and move it out over here. Just press Tab, select everything and extrude it. And then just move it right about here, I think. You can shade auto smooth this and also add a bevel modifier as well. Enable clipping as well for this. Alright, so now you might notice that we have a little bit of this line appearing over here. To fix that, I will just quickly apply the mirror modifier because we do not really need it now. Press slash and press tab, and you will see that there is, if you go inside this object, there is a face in the middle. So just press 3, select this face and press X and delete it. That will, yeah, fix that line over here. And also I will just press Alt and select this loop, press Control B and just bevel it out to smoothen out the overall shape. I think this looks very nice now. All right, now we can continue. Let's select this object, set origin and origin to geometry. Press Shift plus S cursor to select it. Shift A and let's add a cylinder. Scale the cylinder down. Rotate it on the Y by 90. Let's shade auto smooth this and bring it down over here. Press I. First select this face, select the top face, and then press I to insert this. And then just extrude it inwards like this. Enable X-ray and again press I to insert this once again. Hold Alt and select this entire loop and press E and bring this out. Yeah, just like this. Now select it and let's add a bevel modifier as well. Apply the scale and reduce the bevel amount. Now we can add another cylinder right in the middle. Rotate it on the Y by 90 degrees. Fade auto smooth this. And now for this, we can create that handle-like look. Let's see how we can do that. Press tab. And basically the shape, we cannot really see it properly right over here in the reference image because it is curved. So let's bring it till here. Now I'll show you how we can do that. You can select the spin tool from right over here. And basically what the spin tool does is it will create these, cannot really see that properly. If you hold shift and right click and you can place your 3D cursor around wherever you want. And now you will see it properly. If you place it right over here and create this shape, and you can see we can create this spin like thing using the spin tool. So it is really helpful in creating these curvatures, and you can also like adjust these later on using this gizmo right over here. And you can also do all sorts of things like increasing or decreasing the steps or the angle. Yeah. And now let's just undo this. And if it is not working for you, the most probable reason would be that you have selected the wrong axis. So let's say if we change the axis from Z to X, we'll see this will not give us like proper results because it is not really spinning properly and we haven't selected the proper axis. If we select Y, again, it will give us something like this. So for this to work properly, we need to select Z and just go in the top view so that you can see it properly and create something like this. Let's set the steps to 12. And now I will just adjust the spin amount like this. We can set the angle to -90 so that it is like accurate. Yeah, and I think this is pretty good. Then we can just press E and extrude it till here like this. And once again, hold shift and right click, place your 3D cursor around here and again create another spin. This one is, I think, pretty good right off the bat. And you can just extrude it. And yeah, now you can just extrude it till here, I think, according to the reference image. Yeah, just like that. And you can see we have created like a nice handle using that spin tool. Add another cylinder, scale it down and rotate on the, sorry, press R and type in 90 to rotate it like this. Scale that down and scale it up like this. Press Ctrl A, apply the scale. We can select this top set of edges, press Ctrl B and just bevel them out like this. Place edge loop right over here. Select this, scale this down. Just place another edge loop like this. And yeah, you can just add a couple of edge loops right over here. Now just select it, scale it down. And scale this one down as well. And we have something like this. Select it and move it a little bit upwards to better match the overall flow of the spin. Also, if you want, you can copy it exactly right over here. Just select this face, press Shift plus S cursor to select it, and then select this, press Shift plus S and selection to cursor. And you can see it will exactly copy the location like that. We can just hit right click, shade auto smooth. I will select this loop, press Alt T and extrude faces along normal. Let's do it for these faces as well. And yeah, now I think it is looking pretty good. Let's add a bevel modifier, decrease the amount. Just set it to 0.001. And enable harden normals. Let's try 0.0001. Yeah, I think that is really small and that would be better for this. Yeah, I think this is pretty good. So I will go ahead with this. Let's just hit save. And now we are basically almost done with our the gramophone. I will open up the reference images and you will find this reference image right over here. So basically we also have these things added in the gramophone so we can quickly model them out. What I will do is I will just move this image onto my second monitor so that it does not really obstruct the video. Alright, so first we have to create this small part right over here. I think that is pretty simple to do. Let's see. We can start by just selecting this and this part, then press slash to go into the local mode. Let's select this, press Shift plus S cursor to select it, and simply start by adding a plane. Let's scale this plane down. I think this much length would be pretty good. So the way now we create that is, it is kind of slanting upwards as you can see, and it has rounded corners. So press tab and let's select this tool again and yeah, press Ctrl R, add a edge loop right over here. Select this and move this upwards. Let's add another edge loop right over here somewhere. We can select this and move this a little bit downwards like this. Select these two and scale them out like this. Press Ctrl A, apply the scale. Now select these two edges, press Ctrl B and just bevel them out. Shade auto smooth this and now select the vertices and then press Ctrl Shift and B to bevel out the vertices. And yeah, I think we have something very similar. Now let's just place it correctly. Press 7 for top view. Let's press R, then rotate it by maybe 45-degree angles and place it like this. Then we can add a solidify modifier to this, obviously, to give it thickness. I think this much is pretty good. Or decrease it to minus 0.003 maybe. Yeah, that's pretty good. Let's add a bevel modifier as well. Apply the scale, and the bevel amount is going to be pretty low, so 0.0003. Enable harden normals. And yeah, this is good to go now. Let's just create this part. This part is also fairly easy. Let's just press 7 for top view, press Shift A, and once again add another plane. Let's scale this plane down. Press S, then X, scale it up on the X axis. Press S, then Y, scale it up a little bit like this as well. Press Ctrl A, apply the scale, press Tab. Now what I will do is I will just press Ctrl R and let's add the edge loop right in the middle. Hit right click, place it in the middle, press S, then X, and scale it up like this. Just like that. Give it this much length and then just press Ctrl A first to apply the scale and then press Ctrl B and bevel it out. I think that's pretty good. I will maybe decrease the scale a little bit. And then once again press Ctrl B and bevel it out. Nothing too like fancy. Shade auto smooth this and add a solidify modifier. Increase the thickness. Now just press R then Z and let's rotate it by 45-degree angles. Okay, that feels a little bit too much. Let's try 30. This feels pretty good. Next, you might notice that it is a little bit like curved along the way. So the way we can do that is just press Tab, press Ctrl R and add edge loop right over here. Hit right click, then press G, Y and Y 2 times to move it along the like rotation. The like way it is aligned. So if you press G then Y, it will lock on the Y axis. But if you press Y once again, it will lock it in the direction of the rotation. So let's move it like this a little bit. Then again press Ctrl B and just make it overall smoother to have this kind of shape. Once again, I will just move it close to here. And I will also select these two vertices and then just press Ctrl Shift and B. Just bevel them out as well. Alright, that looks pretty good. Let's give it a thickness of 0.003 maybe. Move it downwards. And also add the bevel modifier. Apply the scale and reduce the bevel amount. Again, let's try 0.00. Again, so let's just try 0.0002. Enable harden normals. Let's increase it to 0.5. Okay, so we can increase it a little bit more. Yeah, I think this much is pretty good. Next, we have to create this small part over here. Again, for this one, let's see, we can start by just selecting this, press Shift plus S cursor to select it, press Shift A and let's add a plane. Scale this plane down. And now if you select this object again, press N to bring this sidebar view up. You can see the exact rotation that you are currently using on the Z axis. You can just type in 35 right over here. And we can now select the plane and also rotate it by 35-degree angles. Press G, then X two times to lock it like this. Then press S, then Y and Y once again to increase its scale on its, like according to its rotation. Move it right over here. Let's see, we can make it a little bit more wider. And now we just have to create this circle-like shape inside it. So let's see how we can do that. So now I will just press Tab to go into the edit mode and press Shift A and just add a circle. Where is it? Over here. You can add a circle. Scale this circle down. Before we do that, let's just delete this first and select this. Press Shift plus S cursor to select it so that the cursor is right over here. Now you can press Tab and then press Shift A and add a circle. Scale this circle down. Press G, then Y and Y once again to move it right over here like this. And now press 3, select this face, press X and delete only faces like this. So that you delete the face but the rest of the vertices remain. And now I will select this edge as well, press X and delete the edge. Press Tab now, press 1 and just select these two, press F to connect them and select these two as well, press F to connect them. And now we have something like this. Then we can just press A to select everything and press F to fill it out. Okay, not like this. First, select this thing and all these vertices right over here. And press F to fill out this face. Then we can select this loop right over here and press F to fill out this face as well. And yeah, press Tab now, press Ctrl A, apply the scale and just press I to insert this face. And press X and delete the face. Let's select this loop and scale it inwards a little bit more. And overall, I will decrease the scale of this, press G, Y and Y once again, move it backwards. You can also select these two edges, press E, and press G, Y and Y once again, and move this outwards. Just like this, and select this, press Ctrl B. Now just select these two vertices, press Ctrl Shift and B to bevel it out. Right click, Shade Auto Smooth, and let's just add a solidify modifier now. Scale this down a little bit more. And yeah, I think this feels pretty good. Let's just add a bevel modifier as well. And you see here are some like issues going on. So let's see how we can fix that. First, let's just reduce the bevel amount and see if that fixes it. Let's try in 0.00. Yeah. Can increase the bevel amount maybe this much. And then just right click. And then just enable harden normals. And we are pretty much good to go. Definitely we need to move this a little bit closer right over here. And this as well. Like this. Press slash to come out of the local mode. And yeah, I think it looks pretty good. I will scale this down a little bit as well. And yeah, now I think I'm pretty happy with the model. Let's just hit save. You can press A to select everything, press M and move this to a new collection. We name this to Gramophone. I will just delete this old collection. And now let's create the vinyl CD. That is pretty easy to do. Basically, it's just a simple cylinder with a couple of edge loops here and there. So let's just press 7 for top view, press Shift A and add a reference image. Add a reference image and select this one. I will select this piece, press slash, select the image as well and press slash. First, I will select this, press Shift plus S, cursor to selected. Then select the image, press Shift plus S, then selection to cursor. And now I can just scale it down to how much I want to make the CD. I think this much would be pretty good. Let's just select this now, press Shift plus S, cursor to selected. Press Shift A and add a cylinder. Scale this according to the reference image. Scale this down. Make it like extremely thin. Shade auto smooth this and add a bevel modifier as well and apply the scale. Again, the bevel needs to be pretty low. This much is pretty good for now. Press 7 for top view, press tab and select this face. Enable X-ray and let's see. You can just press I to insert this and create a small little edge right over here. Then just extend it till here. Then once again right over here. And then somewhere around here, like this. And then right over here. This way, I think we can create something nice with our CD. Press tab and let's just select this. Press E and extrude downwards. And select this loop right over here or this one maybe. And press E to extrude it outwards. Just quickly check the reference image as well. Okay, not this view. I will undo this. And now let's just select this loop right over here and press E to extrude it outwards. Maybe I will make it a little bit wider. Select it, press E to extrude it outwards. Not that much. I think it's going to be like really subtle. And something like this. Maybe we can select this portion as well and press E and give it like very small like extrusion. Yeah, I think that looks all right. And over here as well, just a little bit. All right, I think for the CD, that's pretty good. Now let's just place the CD right over here. I will select this, press Shift plus S and cursor to select it. Then select this, press Shift plus S, then selection to cursor. Now select the CD and just move it right over here at the top. to the top of it. And I think the scale feels pretty good. And move this thing a little bit upwards as well. Or I will select the CD and move it a little bit downwards. Let's just decrease the thickness of the CD just a tad bit. All right, guys. So let's just hit save now. And with that, we are done with all the modeling of our gramophone. I will also select both of the reference images right over here, as you can see, empty one and this one, and select this one as well. That is the reference image for the CD. Press M and move them to a completely separate collection. Let's rename this to reference images and we can hide this. I will also just select the vinyl CD, press M and move that to the gramophone. And yeah, with that, we are done with this lecture, guys. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one.